What's up everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Indie Beginning. For today's episode I will be taking a quick look at Crest, an up-and-coming god game / civilization manager by Eat Create Sleep. Now the developers were kind enough to supply me with an early access build so I could make this video for you guys, but beware that this is a very early version of the game, so things will most likely change over time. In Crest, you take the role of a god, an omnipotent being who must watch over his people to make sure they survive, thrive, and live long enough to make sure your legacy will spread. To do this, you can write and proclaim commandments for your people, who will in turn follow these rules to the best of their abilities, or until they die of old age. The system provided for setting these commandments is pretty simple. You select a state, an action, and a target, and simply proclaim that you wish it to be so. For instance, you can tell your people that if they're hungry, they should definitely think about getting some food. This will prevent them from starving and is generally a very useful rule to follow. All of this is done via a very easy to understand interface that consists of a variety of symbols that you can combine to create the desired effect. It's not as easy as it sounds though. In one of my playthroughs, I wanted for all of the younger people to remain in the center city while gradually moving outwards as they grew older. I created the commandment, if you grow old, move your house towards the desert edge, or so I thought. Turns out that as people got to the end of their lifespan, they simply walked into the desert alone to die a lonely, gruesome death. Not exactly what I intended, but it saved a lot of cleanup. It's this system that will be at the core of the game's mechanics. No matter what your intentions will be when setting the rules, some people interpret them differently, and some will not interpret them right at all and do something you really didn't expect. It made me think of the first black and white game where your creature could learn and copy your behavior even if it meant torturing and killing your own people. That same system though can be cause for confusion as well. The exact meaning of the symbols isn't really explained well enough for the more complex commandments to be effective, and sometimes your people won't follow them at all for unknown reasons. The commandments you set also expire over time, meaning you have to reproclaim them every couple of minutes, which can get kinda tedious after a while. For such an early build though, Crest really managed to impress me even with its current minor flaws. The fact that the developers are obviously working hard at improving the game, listening to players' feedback and updating the code almost every week means that they're dedicated to making Crest a worthy contender in the god game genre that is worthy of your attention. Crest is slated for release this summer, but if you simply can't wait to start laying down the law, you can pick up an early access build on Steam for $5. That's all for this episode of Indie Beginning. Stay tuned for more episodes every week. If you happen to like indie games as much as I do, make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly content, or leave me a suggestion below if you want me to cover a particular game. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.